Hi guys, I'm Sport Katie and this is Simply F1, and today we'll talk about upgrades for Sauber, about competitive Red Bulls and Lawson's strategy, and also about Oscar-Lando battle. So make sure to subscribe me, press like, leave big comments, share this video with your friends, take a tea of something stronger and let's dive into it. The first segment was quite odd. The only usual suspects were Stroll and Ocon. And even then, all weekend, Lance had been aiming a much higher grid position. Till that point.
And it's Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda, Sainz and Hülkenberg.
Hülkenberg lost an important duel to Bortoleto. Carlos Sainz damaged his floor and had to retire.
Sainz is the driver fighting, and Sainz is only 19th.
Now we're getting into the high speeds. I think there is something wrong with that car. There's no way the tail should be wagging like that.
Tsunoda was simply disappointing. And once again, we hear from Red Bull driver, the car is inexplicably undrivable. The second segment had a few surprises as well. Hadjar clearly expected to be higher judging by the car's pace. Alonso also just narrowly missed dragging Aston in Q3. And honestly, I am a bit disappointed with Colapinto. Gasly, even if not expected to dominate, shouldn't be crushing the kid like this. Of course, no one's going to bench Colapinto anytime soon, but it's starting to look a bit pathetic.
Alonso, Albon, Hadjar, Colapinto and Behrman are out.
And the one who ruined it for everyone else ended up running it for himself. Gasly starts P10. He is joined by the new Mercedes driver who still can find stability and lost a chasm of time to Russell once again. For sure, it's so sad. I believe Kimi can be a new Hamilton and start his own era. He can show us strong performance and be a new legend. But now it is what it is and Kimi starts P9. And let's talk about rookie Bortoleto and beneficator Max Verstappen. After the session, Max said that after losing his flying lap, he's seen Bortoleto ahead. He decided to give him a tow, since the Brazilian was having such a good weekend. The week of generosity from the champions. It seems last week Lewis flew Colapinto on his own jet. Row 3 and probably the biggest shock of the session goes to Liam Lawson, ahead of all Red Bull cars. How they say, once a year and Lawson can show us strong performance. The question is, can he be consistent? We'll see. Russell did everything the car allowed, and for that we are grateful. Even though I don't believe he will be replaced by Max next year. Let's be honest, he desperately needs these results. Hamilton, Piastri and Leclerc. The fight here was so close that it deserved to be a pole battle. But thanks to some slipstreams and Gasly going off, Norris pulled such a huge gap on everyone. It could have lasted for 3 qualifying sessions.
Mate, I don't have time for another lap, do I? Me, man.
The half a second gap won't be pretty for anyone chasing Norris.
After quali, Lewis said he was losing up to 10 km per hour to the McLarens in some corners. It feels like that part of a season where many teams benefit from upgrades and drivers feel more confident. But since almost all the direct rivals are upgrading too, it's not so obvious. So let's discuss if upgrades helped drivers on main race. So, what about main race? People say it was interesting because of Tsunoda,
getting to the apex first, that's going to be contact, and it is.
Because of double retire from Williams and because of crash Max Verstappen and Kimi Antonelli.
Gets the run that he needs, and it's a lock-up for Kim.
Right-hander at the top of the hill, and Antonelli, an innocent Max Verstappen. 30 out of 10 for him. Good start. He's already fighting with those for fourth place here, and then whack. Antonelli way out of control from 4 cars back.
This is the risk when you're in the middle of the pack. Antonelli avoids the racing ball, but hits the senior driver.
Sorry about that. Locked the rear.
I'm so sorry, but it was in first 5 minutes of a race. And after this, what? 65 rounds of nothing? I don't even know what do you mean when you say it was so interesting, but I find for you few interesting moments and let's discuss it. And let's start our discuss with Williams. It was a dreadful weekend for them. Things went wrong from the beginning.
Carlos Sainz hasn't left the grid.
Is stopping the car from moving forward. Car is stuck.
Okay, I'm just checking what we can do. Game over, Carlos, jump up.
The inevitable message being delivered. Game over. Sainz will not take the lights. Alexander Albon finds himself on the mediums and he finds himself up to P6. As it's a double Williams retirement, Alex Albon out of the race. It's a tough run of races for the British team.
Brush it off, reset and prepare to the home race at Silverstone. But compared to the team's recent strong performances, today looked gloomy. And the opposite situation. Another team, Sauber, did a great job. The upgrades clearly worked for both drivers. Double points. Bortoleto was on fire all weekend. Just what was needed. Congrats him. First points for Gabi.
Further back in the field, this is for the points. This is Gabriel Bortoleto trying to score his first points today, and Bortoleto goes through to 7th place. Bortoleto, going past the driver that he beat to the title last year in Formula 2, is a champion of Formula 3 and Formula 2.
And Nico Hülkenberg one more time proved that he deserved to be in Formula 1. From P20 to P9.
For Nico Hülkenberg, Sauber have turned the page on a tough couple of years.
It looks like no one noticed it, but me. I congrats Hülkenberg and I'm waiting for his first win in this season. Or maybe with Audi. Will be so good comeback. But Colapinto, he needs to change something. He might be more impressive in races than in qualifying, but it's so weak results. You know, Briatore works so good, so Colapinto need to do something more than expected, not less. I think he's a talent. I mean, every F1 driver is a big talent. But if you wanna stay there, you need to do impossible things. And I know Alpine are negotiating with Bottas about possible replacement of Colapinto. So sad, and I believe in Colapinto. It's so frustrating. We need to cancel Briatore and Alpine. I like good results, but not that way. Yuken and Isaac didn't leave much of an impression. But Lawson deserves a prize. Executed a solid strategy, held off Alonso. Sure, Bortoleto helped a bit there, but if Liam performed at this level consistently, there'd be hardly any questions. And my favorites, Norris and Piastri. Norris' problem is he is faster than Piastri in a moment, but he makes more mistakes. He gains bit by bit, but loses big chunk at once. Today he gained, but it felt uncentrated and not by much. You could feel it. Oscar was so fast behind, and he managed his tires well. He made up for the team's pit stop error. He didn't win today, but he is looking more consistent right now, which is a great news for the championship. So, we thought about Austrian Grand Prix 2025. Qualifying was so interesting for me, but the main race was so boring. No fight for podium, half of cars retired, I don't know. I don't like races without fight, but it was so interesting to see upgrades for teams, and we'll wait next Grand Prix in Silverstone. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, press like, share this video with your friends. So, let's discuss this Grand Prix in the comments. Have a nice day or evening, and remember, F1 is simply lovely.
Style.